in. This is an exciting series. Get some hype in the chat, everyone. Come on.
Yeah, let's go.
This is it. 10 rounds of moving to start us off.
And yeah, as we said, this is not their chosen format. I mean, we'll see plenty of good guesses in this game, but you know, the approach, the strategy might be a bit interesting. Let's see what they go for.
100%. Will we see more quick Swangambit guesses, especially now that he knows his opponent? He said he wanted to play Sadziu over Strefan, and here he is playing his desired opponent. He's taking his time on the first round, whereas Sadziu, we've actually seen this often that Sadziu does not move very quickly at all.
Yep.
He likes a measured approach to moving games here. And neither player has come across anything too useful here. I think that would be fair to say, GC.
Yeah, what would you be thinking here as one of these two?
Yeah, fairly far north here. It does feel very warm.
That's great info. It says Salta and Ruta 40, so that's enough to...
Yeah, so Salta, quite far north indeed. Now, Sadziu is quite far from Salta, but of course it is round number 1, so it's not the end of the world. They're both on the same area. And... wow. Not going to switch here. Oh, he switches! Last second! Goodness me! There we go. How did he not use that information?
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Ended up in the wrong state, interestingly.
I mean, they did use the 40, but he did not use the fact that it said Salta. Maybe he just read the wrong part of the sign?
Yeah, he may have missed it. But I think, you know, as you've said before, he's not really making the most of the info he's coming across.
No, he often goes past useful information. I think he's someone who accepts his weaknesses, though, where he might just know he doesn't know something, and so he just moves past it, where another player would be able to use it effectively, where Rory might know on the commentary desk, but, you know, he's more than happy to kind of pass up on those sometimes. This, I think, can definitely look quite a lot like that, where he's clicked.
Yeah, I like the San Luis guess here with the water. And then the
water on the bridge
on
is
the
on the perfectly north-south grid.
Bit of a classic city for GeoGuessr players to know. So yeah, not surprised to see them both getting it.
It is very unique in the fact that so many people live on this land bridge or two.
Yep. Former capital of Senegal, I believe. Or
interesting.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me either. Okay. Interesting. Next one here. What country is it even? I think we had a concrete road, but I couldn't quite work out if it actually was the Philippines.
I thought I saw oh, okay, we've got some English language.
Yeah, so probably Philippines.
Yeah. I just thought for a second we had a Thai lamp, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it almost looked like in Thailand, almost looked like Indonesia.
Yeah.
Looks like it will just be with these round poles in Philippines.
And now, do you believe these players know their provinces or not? What's your opinion?
I would say if anyone knows it, it's going to be Sadziu. But neither of them are going too frantically, so I feel like it also might not be the case.
I think Swan just overlooked a really useful billboard as well. I may have been wrong, but it looked like something that would be useful in the Philippines.
He does go back.
But again, if you don't know them, they're not necessarily that valuable.
Exactly, because they're not listed on the map. The province names are not listed on the map for the most part. And yeah, I mean, I think Luzon is correct here. Let's see about where it is. Okay, there we have it. Sadziu, as I said, the more likely player to know. I think you don't. I don't even know if he knew it, but he found the city name at least. So.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I think we can safely say Sadziu is the more comfortable in moving, actually, looking at this.
Bro, that yawn! He's a chiller, bro. Like, Sadziu's a complete chiller, bro. He does not feel the pressure. Or maybe that's a mechanism to cope with the pressure. I don't know. But in any case, he looked pretty relaxed to me. Okay.
Yep.
Next round here, double white lines.
Yeah, double white lines should be mainland Mexico. So yeah, double whites with this tropical feel. Good for Malaysia. Did I say Mexico?
You most certainly did.
Good.
He's always got his favorite country on the mind, guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is
Malaysia. Sorry.
Yeah. We've got the black sticker. Should indeed then be mainland, and yeah, both players will of course know that. The question is, can they get to anything useful? The signs in Malaysia can be very useful. Oh look, it's double blurred. Those yellow shields can be so useful for getting the right state. But they were both blurred up by the AI, and on this occasion, I don't think anyone's found anything useful here.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Terengganu. I don't mind that Terengganu idea that Sadziu was kind of flirting with there. At the end of the day, it looks like they're both going to hedge it in the middle. And where was it? It was actually indeed Kelantan and Swangambit. We didn't see it, but he actually does switch up there.
Very solid.
That's the good thing about hedging middle. You're never going to be too far away from the actual spot. So Sadziu still in the lead after that really nice Malaysian round, and we head through to a Tunisia here.
Yeah, is this our first of the day?
Yeah, well, could be. I had a
was
Tunisia
it also
when
our
I was
first
playing
Malaysia
today myself? So was it the first Malaysia?
One of.
I'm gonna say no, but I don't remember the specific round. Anyway, Tunisia, not a big country, especially in terms of where there's coverage. We have a very confident south guess here from Swangambit. I wonder if there's something that I don't know that he's using. Maybe it's just how dry it is. I guess the road angle really does fit for that south area. And it was actually a bit further north there, yeah.
Okay.
Not the most significant, just 600, but Sadziu maintaining a lead against perhaps the tournament favourite here. Will he remain King of Poland, as we mentioned earlier? Sadziu winning the 2022 Polish meetup tournament. This one, there's a whole lot more on the line. And there is a very tough opponent on the other side of the desk. USA flags here. It's one of Sadziu's strengths. And again, Swangambit, I believe, you know, apart from that one blunder on Canada, has been pretty strong in North America so far.
Yeah, US, quite a difficult country a lot of the time. Rounds like this, you will just see players just trying to find the first useful thing they can and probably basing their guess off that.
That's right. Did they get anything on that church sign? Probably not. Church signs are pretty hit or miss, often not really, you know, giving the address due to being a kind of local community thing.
Yep.
We do have Laytonsville. It was founded fairly early, so East Coast would make sense. Less likely to be West Coast, but that being said, that was probably pretty obvious to these players initially anyway, with the vibes of the round. We don't have anyone coming to anything particularly useful here. It's going to come down to a no moving guess, essentially. Probably, I don't mind the Virginia idea that Sadziu's flirting with here. I think that could be pretty good. And they're both actually in Virginia. And it was actually just over the border in Maryland. So yeah, good guess from both players there.
Yeah, good from both. Again, though, these guesses from Sadziu are just chipping away at Swan a little bit.
Indeed, bro. He looks so relaxed. I'm actually taken aback, bro. We've seen some real relaxed players in the World Cup and in real life tournaments so far, but Sadziu might take the cake. The bro is so nonchalant.
And he's playing slowly, like he's not rushing to move. It's just, very chilled.
I respect that, though. I really do enjoy that brand of playing. Anyway, next one here. We've got Spanish everywhere. We're looking at some Argentina action here with a big mountain to our west, as you so often see in Argentina. Yeah,
we not always that easy urban Argentina. Don't always find the best info.
Sometimes you will just have the place name written, but you can't always come across it. This, I feel, is rather in the north half for sure. We do have a San Miguel plonk here. Don't mind Salta action as well.
I could see it being a bit further
south as well, but
yeah. Just palms dotted around as well. I feel like it's
the palms. That also feels pretty good for north, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Salta. Yeah. There we go. So we have confirmation on Swangambit's screen. Sadziu looking at the last minute change. He's going to leave his marker. I think he likes Salta the best. Wow, really nice guess from Swan, but in some ways, Sadziu's is more impressive because he got it without the info.
True.
Okay, black back of the sign here. Black back of the sign. We mentioned that in Europe. This time, though, we've got yellow center lines, so we're outside of Europe, and a black back of the sign in in this part of the world would lead you towards Brazil.
Indeed. Interesting landscape, quite dense tree coverage, quite green. Minas could make sense. Quite red soil.
Given the play styles, I don't mind Sadziu going quickly here, trying to prevent Swan from... Yes, look at that! Huge damage here. 4.5, that's it, I assume. Oh yeah, 6,000 points. And Sadziu, before I can even talk about the round, has taken the first one here on moving. It's not a huge surprise to me, admittedly. Look at this guy, bro. Not a huge surprise to me, admittedly, because he has seemed a bit more comfortable than Swan on moving.
Yeah, agreed.
I'll tell you who's been very comfortable on no moving, though, and that's Swan. I reckon we might see this one flip back. That's my prediction here.
Yep.
Then again,
they're so calm. They're so calm, both of them.
So calm and so little between these players as well.
Yeah.
Not only in real life, but also in skill.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
But they know each other's game very well as well, I think. They play together a lot.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It seems like they are familiar. And I feel like that's why the movement was quite chilled from Sadziu. I mean, we've seen it in every game so far from him, but this was no exception.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay, we've got a sandy Kazakhstan.
I thought it was UAE.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, forgot you had this. I thought you get this car. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite uncommon these days in the UAE.
Yeah.
Especially when it's kind of rural like this. But yeah, I would say that UAE is the answer here. I mean,
true. Yeah, chat. You didn't hear me say that.
It did kind of look like it without looking at the buildings.
Yeah.
I also wondered at the start. Okay. Sadziu up 1-0.
Yeah.
And with the slight damage disadvantage here on no moving, but it's going to probably continue being quite minimal because we have this follow car. So particular countries, guys, where you have a police car or a government car following around the Google car, and this one is one of the Tunisian ones. What could you say about this one particularly, Rory?
So this one, I believe, is a green one, which you find between Bizerte and Tunis, and then sometimes down to Hammamet as well. This time it's just outside Tunis.
Yeah. And so that one's very useful to know. It pretty much cuts the top quarter of Tunisia into a nice little section for region guessing. You never have to guess further south with that. And Sadziu even opts for the maximum south that could have been. But he knows it's not much damage, and not... Oh, man. We're getting another round with no damage here, I think. They're both going to know what this one is.
Lovely road. I believe it's between La Paz and Lake Titicaca, maybe. Or somewhere around
I was thinking with the divided road that it was going to be southeast of... whereas...
okay, yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
Maybe it could be slightly west of La Paz as well, but generally speaking, the big open highway vibe.
Okay.
With the double laner.
Yeah.
Also, all white road lines. Yeah, that's something else unique about this road. Which you sometimes see in Bolivia and Peru, them using all white road lines for seemingly no reason. Okay, no one's found the exact angle, I feel. So maybe you're right. Maybe it could actually be somehow outside of the capital instead, but...
Yeah, let's see. On 2x though, it's not going to be that significant.
No, not at all. Bolivia, a relatively small country in terms of where it has coverage. And the time is up. Okay, well, it's just the main highway there. Swangambit slightly closer. This would be huge for Sadziu to win. If he wins, then he's on the brink of an ultimate victory and a trip to the World Cup with a chance to win 50,000 in total prize pool.
It's massive. And now we have, I believe, South America. We have the new sort of number plate with
these
blue on
with
top.
The blue strip. Not on the side, but on the top. We have these green and yellow traffic lights, which I sometimes associate with Salta, but I'm not sure if the landscape probably fits that. We do have a fairly dry hill east. It could actually be Salta, couldn't it?
Yeah, it's an interesting hill. It's
different guesses from the two opponents here.
It was Salta, yeah.
It was Salta, yeah. The green and yellow traffic lights are Salta province meta, I believe. Or at least the city. And it's going to be big damage there for Swan. Significantly closer.
Yeah, your prediction about this flipping is looking good, but still several rounds to go.
It is. Okay. Here we go. This was one of whose strengths? Who was like in Japan? Swangambit.
And I think
Sadziu though.
Yeah, I think he has definitely proven his Japan guesses to be very good today as well.
Yes, I think that's true. So I think the pole top would put us in the south half of Japan here. He's once again confident on the Kyushu. I like Kyushu here because the transformers, those small metal cylinders on the pole, are opposite to one another, which is something you see in Kyushu quite often.
They're both
there.
Yeah.
I like Sadziu's guess here, but he actually switches a bit further away. That being said, does his first damage. No flaws there. A very important game here, especially for Swan. But I think for Sadziu as well. Is Death staring the camera now? Is he just zoning out, bro? Like, what is going on?
He's bored. He's bored.
He's bored, bro. He's like, get to the high multis, please. Okay, next up is Australia. Australia with these bollards here, very common there. Is this... It's kind of difficult. It's immediately into New South Wales. I think New South Wales is the most likely. I wondered, and I don't think the vegetation... They're both there. And wow, Sadziu! Devastatingly close there. Look at that. It's going to be 2,700. He's in the lead.
That was so confident. It wasn't just a plonk. He zoomed and really scanned around that area. He knew something.
He did not even look around, bro. He literally just like did a 360, zoomed in, clicked, and man, Sadziu. Yeah. This guy is just built out of iron, man. He just doesn't care. It's craziness. Okay, next one here in the mountains. Where are you thinking?
Yeah, southern Chile, I believe.
Looks like it to me as well. Crossing a bridge here. Lots of interestingly, these southern Chilean trees are very cool looking.
Yep. It's a big area though. You can get in your head a bit thinking about where exactly to guess.
Totally.
I would say this is not too autumnal.
I'm liking the look of what Swangambit's cooking here. No shot. No, it's not quite right. Okay, good. I was like, that's a dirty 5k if he's managed that. That being said, at least his click is pretty good, and it's actually a lot further south. Sadziu once again, big damage here, quadruple. It's 1.6. Swangambit on the back foot, despite having played so well in this duel so far.
It's not looking
right
great.
Vibe that it was one of those western roads, but he did not pick the right latitude.
Yeah, you don't want to go 2-0 down to a player like Sadziu, really.
As much as I was preferring Swangambit a little bit going into this series, 2-0, that would be devastating. But maybe to Swangambit's pleasure, we have a fairly difficult round here. So Sadziu can't just close it out.
Oh, they're in different countries.
Oh, they're in different countries. I was pretty sure this is Thailand. Yes, it is. Swangambit down 0-2, ladies and gentlemen. Sadziu with a clutch guess there. Swan under pressure now. Sadziu, bro. I want to know what's going on in his head right now, man. Cool as a cucumber. Look at that. Wink to the camera. Okay. Wow.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, pulling off a reverse sweep against a player of this caliber, not easy.
No. If there's anyone on the field to do it, it's definitely Swangambit. Yep. But he has to win a moving game now. Yeah. And has that been something that Swangambit has been regularly doing? No. To be fair. So, he has won a moving game. But gosh. Things are not easy now for Swangambit. Guys, get some hype in the chat. It comes down to this. Swangambit needs 3 in a row. Sadziu, 3 opportunities to close it out. You'd have to think that Sadziu can do it with this caliber of Geo. And we're starting out in Russia. It's Swangambit. I think it's his weakness. Here we go. Let's see. He's not going to be happy with that. Jumps onto the main road. Does he check car meta? He does. Nothing to be seen at this stage. Checking the trees, checking everything that's going on. Those taxis almost look like one I've seen in Moscow before, but I'm really not sure about that. Kind of felt further north, to be fair. Do you have any vibe here, Rory?
The index taxi, yeah. I mean, it's often indicative of a bigger city, that kind of taxi.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't think I have a great vibe here.
Look at those trees. They're very short here. It's hard to say because they are planted, but yeah, okay. I wouldn't put too much stock in that actually. But we have an antenna here. It's the very B type of antenna. Definitely common in some places. You can see it around Moscow. You can see it out in Kurgan. You can see it out near Krasnoyarsk.
Could be a bit north, do you think?
Yeah, well, the very B antenna doesn't go too far north, so...
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Nizhny... Oh, it's a bit of a hedge there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just Moscow, indeed. So, yeah, I mean, I think Swangambit clicked in a place where the antenna can't be, but maybe it was to hedge.
Yeah, I saw some trees there that looked a bit funny. I was just wondering if it might be north of Moscow, but we go into the next round, and it looks like we have the UK again.
Yeah, it's a good start for Swan, though. And to be clear, Swan did probably play almost as well as Sadziu in the last game, just kind of got unlucky with the round multi-order. But moving, that's the question. He wants to race.
Coast. Wow, okay, this is an interesting one.
I feel like Swan should go for more no-moving vibe guesses.
Yep.
Instead of letting himself be swayed too much by looking for those signs which aren't even that good for him, you know?
Yeah, agreed. I kind of like where Sadziu zoomed into. This could be possible.
Ooh, North Berwick. Berwick?
Berwick.
Berwick, yeah. That does seem pretty good, no? And I think the architecture also fits.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Well, you know, Swan's guess. Oh, he's in it as well. Yeah, I think it is correct actually, or at least somewhere up there.
Ah, it's near Maness. Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense as well.
Yeah.
Good guesses. 0 points of damage there. They guessed the exact same spot. Sadziu giving a big smile, and Swan as well. I'm glad to see he gives a smile, but easier for Sadziu to smile when he's 2-0 up.
Yeah, again a coastal UK seems to be the preferred location on this map.
Yeah, plenty of UK, plenty of Norway today, I would say. Plenty of US. Okay, next round here. Ooh, this feels rather unique within Kenya, surely.
Yeah, I agree. We've got a ridge visible east.
Yeah, it almost looks coastal, but I consider Nairobi here as well. Let's get out to the highway, shall we? Here we are. Okay.
There is that ridge somewhere near where Swan clicked. There is a big ridge there, but I don't know if it is that.
They're both actually saying west of Nairobi here. That's interesting to me. I can definitely see it. Nakuru, not a bad shout potentially.
Nice.
Yeah, they were on it. Wow. Okay, so that makes sense with the ridge, but I was clearly off base there with my vibes. The smile out from Sadziu again. He knows he's so close. Gosh, it's tantalizing. So close to World Cup representation. Just one blunder from Swangambit, and he's off. And Sadziu is off to the World Cup. Okay.
Okay, and yeah, back in the Nordics again.
Red buildings. There's a pretty.
We've seen people struggling a bit in this part of the world actually, with some big damage being changed.
We have small hills here, small trees as well. First thought maybe it was like around Trondheim, but maybe it's further north as well.
Was there a road number under that diamond that somebody just moved away from?
It was a 30, but it wasn't in a yellow box, so I'm not sure if it was what it was. So yeah, then we have Sadziu scanning north of Trondheim here. We have Swangambit leaning more towards the capital, which I can also see. It's not an easy round here. Gosh, moving. Neither of them are particularly good at moving, I gotta say. Like, it's definitely... Okay, yeah, he's found something
there. That's Trondheim on the 30.
It's definitely not their strong suit, especially for Swangambit here, but he's making a fine enough guess to stay alive, that's for sure. 2.5 times damage there. Sadziu, 1.2k, moving back into the lead. Swangambit clearly not a fan of how that played out. Just such a good player, but not very good at gathering the info, which I can say because that's also me. But yeah, okay, next round here.
Yeah, next round looking like Thailand.
I'd say so.
For these players, I don't think moving will yield too much because you really have to be a bit of a moving specialist to decipher Thailand. So I think they're probably going to vibe guess.
Ooh, we have an eastern guess. Now these water canals are really common near Bangkok, and that's what we got Sadziu going for here. And wow, it actually ends up being east. That's a pretty consistent meta for the Bangkok area. And wow, Swangambit with maybe a less conventional guess pulls a lot of points there. Very good stuff. Okay. And so, next one here.
Vibe guess. Yeah, next one. State Park. Okay, let's see what we get. Should be US here.
Should be. I mean, they don't have states in Canada, and that would be the other option here. So, a red road, by the way, may I add. And I would say it kind of looked a bit maybe like Nebraska, Kansas to me. Is my initial vibe here. Maybe Kansas I quite like. I don't know if the landscape's fitting, but the road definitely looks Kansas. So much on the line here. Sadziu can win it. Swangambit with the advantage. And wait.
He looked like he was doing something good there.
He does, yeah. That's a confident and nice guess. Nebraska, definitely one of the two states I thought this would be likely to be in. Where's Sadziu at? Sadziu's also in Nebraska. So close between these players. And he leaves it. And it is Kansas, actually. Okay, there you go. I liked Swangambit's guess, but at the end, they're both equidistant there.
Yeah, I can see why they went Nebraska there, because you probably get more big bodies of water than you do in some of the bordering states. It makes sense.
Yeah. That's also true. But the road was just a little bit more Kansas-colored, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I digress. Next round here. So much on the line. Swangambit holding onto his lead, but only just. And we're in Senegal here.
Yeah, we've got
very see huge damage.
Red soil as well. Yeah, sorry.
Soil, true, is very red. We have a sign here. Sadziu, in his classical slow manner, opts to sit and read for a little bit. But not for too long. Oh, we have this very, hazy coverage. I wonder if each player will know that. The Gambia hedge is a very big balls play here. Sadziu, I think he's on it. And it ends up being all the way southeast. Okay, It was south of the river, but it was hardly relevant. It's all the way down there. Probably the type of coverage that would be worth learning, but
it's a bold guess. I mean, the red soil definitely makes sense in hindsight, but it's always going to be a bold one.
The red soil, particularly common in the south of the country, so
yeah,
they were guessing in a place that made enough sense, but yeah, there you go. Okay, next round here, guys. 8 out of 10. Sadziu, can he pull it back? Swangambit just needs to hold on. Looks like we're in a big valley here. What country are you thinking, Rory?
I was looking around for rifts here.
Oh, look at that.
Because I thought it might be... I
initially thought this was Albania, but that is some kind of a Slavic language. Probably
I think it's more like Montenegro. Yeah.
Okay. In goes Swangambit to Montenegro. Kotor makes a lot of sense here. Wait, I think he might be right on it.
Yeah.
I think he might be right on
I agree.
Here. It's unlike him to line things up here. I think that's the pressure showing. I think he should have just guessed.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really matter because Sadziu is pretty close here anyway. Ooh, but he's considering Croatia. We have a Montenegrin flag right in front of you, Sadziu. What are you doing? Quick, look. Yeah. He sees it. Oh my gosh. Last minute stuff there. And both players move back to being very close. Gosh, man. Sadziu almost giving me a heart attack there, man. And, well, let's see here. It looks like it was Kotor. And a clean 5k, 9 meters away there. And Sadziu loses a little bit more health. Wow. Sometimes flags, even at the highest level, can be the difference between 1,000 points and 10 points.
True. And Swan with a nice 5k there, proving he can do a bit of moving when he wants to.
That is indeed the case.
Crucially here, 2 rounds left with pretty decent health for both players.
Absolutely. So let's get into things here. Swangambit, Sadziu, and a dream. Swangambit, can he hold on? It's Brazil. There's going to be huge damage on offer here. It's one of Sadziu's stronger countries, as I recall. Sadziu into the map here. Goiás makes quite a bit of sense. Will he insta-send? No. He opts to look around a little bit longer here. We have extremely long grass. Something you do see that in that central region. Lots of palm trees here. Wait, this is more palm trees than we would have expected. 3-7. Does he remember? 3-7. It's Minas. Yes. He's going to be closer here unless it's right on the border. And look at that. Oh, Swangambit had such an opportunity to win the game there. Nevertheless, it's going to be huge damage. And it is! Never mind!
Oh my god, it's enough!
Brazil is so deceptively huge. Swangambit keeps it alive! There we go, 2-1, Sadziu. Swangambit on the board. We're going to a 4th game. Let's go!
Wow, this can go either way now. I think Swan wasn't actually favourite to win that moving game, but now he's done it. He can definitely pull off back-to-back wins.
Sadziu, it's a good example there, Rory, of Sadziu's kind of slower play style leading him not to find a crucial sign there. And also maybe a strength in Brazil kind of backfiring a little bit as well.
Yep.
Sometimes on moving, if you think you're really good at region guessing a country, then you end up in the situation where you go for a confident guess, meanwhile your opponent just finds info. So that's the thing about moving, isn't it?
I agree, yeah. I can see why he guessed where he did with the grass and everything, but at the end of the day, that phone code was enough for Swan to take the win.
Most certainly, and we go down to no move here. Sadziu, 1 more life. Swangambit, well, Swangambit, 1 more life. Sadziu, 2 more. Let's see who can prevail. These guardrails looking like Hokkaido guardrails to me, as far as I remember.
Yeah. I like it.
There's little red and white stickers on them. Hakodate, yes, here, all the way south.
We have a road number, but it won't be easy to find. It's just a prefectural one. Swan South.
And it was Hokkaido there. Swangambit. Down 700 points immediately. Not the way you want to start. Sadziu probably regretting not just clicking middle there.
Yep. Swan not too happy with that one. He flicked away from the guest screen, as I often do.
Yeah, definitely happens to be a way that people often show their displeasure with a round. But we have some European action here, I would say. Pombo.
Ooh, okay. Can't quite decipher that one linguistically, but the architecture looks.
Ever Portugal.
Portuguese, yeah, I agree.
What Swangambit is thinking here. Portugal tends to have a lot of those buildings with white walls and red roofs, and so I'd assume that that's what Sadziu will also zoom here. But it's not a straightforward round, and he is thinking Spain. Okay, so some damage on offer here. I think Portugal's better, but it could still be Spain without a doubt. And it is Portugal there. Swangambit brings it back. Big momentum switch here, 2,300 points. Keeping the dream alive.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, if that happens in a later round, that's just game.
Absolutely. Swangambit. Consistent as ever. Oh, we have some interesting bollards here. And a white Google car.
White car, okay.
There's no moving, and we have that steering wheel on the right, which would mean we are probably in Asian Russia here. You tend to find that in the eastern third of Russia. But this to me feels quite warm. Vladivostok or one of the nearby towns, to my mind. That's where Swangambit is thinking. He's gone quite far north, though. I would want to check for some more birch trees. Okay, Biobidjan could work. Now, we have a Khabarovsk guest from Sadziu. I think Khabarovsk make more sense to me, but no doubt both cities are possible. How many birch trees do we have? Neither player has really taken time to look at the trees, which can be so useful at this latitude, I would say. I definitely think they're in the right area. The game is unlikely to end here unless one person 5k'd, but yeah, neither have. It ends up being all the way up there, so we must have had more birch trees than I thought we did.
Yep.
And yeah, just a little bit of damage goes the way of Swangambit there. Okay. We're back in the Nordics. Just a serious Nordic streak we've had. And I don't know who this benefits, man. Sadziu. You can finish it on this round. It's not out of the question. Norway is that kind of country, but it's actually Finland. Never mind.
Finland, yeah. I think we'll see a relatively standard hedge from both players here.
I agree, because this can't be too far north with these trees.
Yeah.
Wow, there's Swangambit with a nice one.
Nice.
Sadziu under pressure now. With such an advantage. The smile has been whacked from his face. Well and truly. Swangambit locked in. Sadziu daydreaming.
Daydreaming. He doesn't like looking at his screen between rounds.
Maybe it's resting his eyes?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay, triple damage now.
Wow.
And we are looking at more Europe. Is this Hungary? Is that Hungarian sign off to our... Okay, that's an insta-lock by both.
Yeah.
Potentially here. I think it was a Hungarian sign, yeah. Out west there, Sadziu slightly closer. Will be a decent amount of points. 384. Okay, wow, Sadziu. He's low on health. The Spain-Portugal blunder was seriously detrimental to his World Cup ambitions. But here we go. Oh, this is interesting. I have an interesting ass call here.
Go on. I'd love to hear it.
Is this ever Love One Island? Is my
question. Okay. So yeah,
this is definitely Malaysia. With these lamps, they're very Malaysian looking. It could just be the mainland on like the east coast as well. I just got some particular vibe that this might be something strange, especially with how thin the road is as well.
Okay.
The game can end here, guys. Sadziu can be booking his trip to the World Cup on this round. And here we go. Oh, no way. He is thinking Sabah, as I was thinking. But I was thinking, yeah. So I think we might see very different guesses here, guys. Sadziu, this is not an easy round.
He's not on the
polls
map.
Are weird.
He's going mainland.
He's got mainland, guys! This is it. If I was right, then Swangambit goes, but it could just be the east coast of mainland, like I said. Let's see. Both players they're thousands of kilometers apart, guys. He's locked in, and it was there!
It was.
Swangambit.
It was. We see NMPZ.
Oh, it was not quite Love One, but there we go, guys. We got it. Best of 5.
Oh my god.
We made it all the way, guys. This is what it promised to be. Swangambit versus Sadziu. And you know, Sadziu loves NMPZ. He does.
For a place in the World Cup, one game of NMPZ, the stakes could not be much higher.
They simply can't be. Swangambit. Sadziu, one of these men is just 10 rounds at most, and probably less from a World Cup appearance.
Was it worth the wait to get NMPZ in the final?
I think so. Maybe.
Good.
Maybe. Okay, well, certainly this has lived up to the hype. The two best players in the tournament going all the way to 5 maps, trading on each other's preferences in a way. Both taking one on moving and one on NMPZ and on NM, and now we're in NMPZ, guys. Come on,
this is amazing.
Let's go. 2-2. Warsaw versus Żuraw. And we have Australia, potentially huge points on offer, and it's NMPZ, guys. Don't forget, they cannot look around here.
Where do you go here then? Do you go north or do you go Queens?
It's fascinating that we have the antenna, right? What does the antenna mean? I think it means we must be in Queensland, unless I mean NT does have antenna, but where he's looking, I'm not so sure. I think Queensland is northern Queensland is the better idea here, maybe. That's very. I mean, I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. And we don't get the biggest image here either.
Yeah, it's quite hard for us to see.
Vibes-wise, Swangambit makes a lot of sense. Yeah, Pine Creek area does have the antenna. So maybe it's just there. Maybe this is like an unoverwritten piece of coverage. Because meta-wise, Sadziu's guess makes sense. But the trees don't make sense for where he's looking right now. Oh my gosh. So many points on offer, guys. This is it. And it was right there. It was the Kakadu National Park Road with the antenna. Huge points. 3.4k. Sadziu. He can come back. He can. NMPZ, anything can happen. But look at that. So much damage on round number 1. He was looking at the 5k. Sadziu, compose yourself, man.
Yeah.
I really want to see Sadziu bounce back here. He so can the next round.
These thick outer road lines mean Anything, Oscar?
Yeah, thick outer road lines, you can see those. I mean, I think we might see Danish bollards here, so I think it is Denmark. Yeah. But you can also see those in Poland, in Czechoslovakia, in a few countries, in maybe Spain sometimes as well. Yeah, Denmark, definitely one of those countries where you can see it.
That was a quick round. Very, very quick. They both just hints to sent there.
Very based, very based. There we go, a little bit of damage onto Sadziu again. Ooh.
Is it skewed?
High pressure scenario.
Yeah, so unique Google car here, but let's see what they actually get to see.
We all know this is Uganda, but in a high pressure scenario is what I was trying to say. You don't necessarily know that. Okay. I think both players get it, but we could see one player make a blunder, and if you're wrong, you're very wrong. That's the thing about this round. But where else do you really go? Has to be either Kenya. No, look at the driving direction, my boy. It's left-hand drive here. It can't be Ghana. It can't be Ghana, or it can't be Nigeria.
Okay,
he's got it. He's got it. Wow, guys. Sadziu. making it scary. 8 points. And there we go. And now...
For a second I thought, Go ahead,
just like that, the multis are high enough where Sadziu's disadvantage is not that bad anymore. And just like that.
Agreed. Yeah.
Ooh, and we have Russia. Or Kazakhstan. Depends on the copyright. No, it is Russia.
Yeah, it's Russia with this slightly red...
This is a unique one. I don't even know where I placed this initially. It feels like it's very late spring. With red soil. Is it Kemerovo? Maybe? Is it maybe more likely to be over in Ulyanovsk or maybe near Kazan? I think Kazan area makes a lot of sense here.
Yep.
But that's so easy to say now that we've seen the Google card. These guys, they've only seen the still image. The game can end here and it can be Sadziu as the winner going to the World Cup. They're both just intently focused. Okay, into the minimap now.
Sadziu's going right, sort of. Yeah, I
Voronezh. I don't think this can be Voronezh. It would not look like that in Gen 4, I think. Sadziu could be a lot closer here, but I don't know if he's on the 5k though. Wow. Oh, and it's kind of between them. That's so good. We go further here. 500 points. Oh, wow.
Wow. Again, as you said though, in 3x, it doesn't really matter what health they're on.
I totally agree. It depends. I mean, we've seen very difficult rounds. So
depends on the round. Yep.
Oh goodness me. And we move forward to, I think we're on a Greek island here. Is that Greek language?
It does have an island vibe. Oh yeah, we've got coast there as well.
Okay, which way are they facing? We don't know which way they're facing yet. Yeah, it all comes down to which way they're facing. If they're facing the coast, I feel like we go further. If they're not, when they're not facing the coast here. Wait, but I think these look like villas, right? They're probably going to know.
Yeah, the architecture gives the vibe of these islands. Yeah, they're both going to get that.
That being said, with a 5k, it could still be significant here, especially for Sadziu. It's not his favorite looking round. Mykonos makes sense, and he does it! Wow, that's going to be huge damage there. It's not nothing, at least. 600. Okay, not bad, not bad. For Greek island vibes, that's a really good guess. Swangambit still with such an advantage, but 3.5 times damage, Rory.
He's just praying, honestly. Like, as long as they're easy-ish rounds, he might be okay. But if anything really hard comes up, it could go either way.
Ooh, this is ambiguous. This is deliciously ambiguous here. I think they're going to be facing towards the antenna, because that's the direction with no information. Mm-hmm. It is going to be Italy here, I think, from those polls. And I think both players will get it. The game can still end. It's not good for Sadziu, but Swan could blunder the country. Oh no, they're facing the other direction.
Ooh,
yeah, so I think the poll...
It could have a southeast vibe. Yeah, I like the southeast vibe.
Yeah. The poll will give it away here, I believe. Sadziu, under pressure. Under pressure? Under pressure? No, that's not the right poll. 8 seconds.
Great guess.
And he's got it!
It's done.
Swangambit going to the World Cup! Oh. It's all over the reverse sweep. Congratulations, Sadziu, sadly busting out there, and Swangambit, the champion of Poland.